Unfortunately, everything you just said isn't actually in the bill. So it'd be awesome, and I could probably vote for it if what he just said was actually in the bill. That'd be great. Unfortunately, it's not. And the plain reading of the bill doesn't actually support that. But again, I'm not an astute legal mind like my friend from Clinton, but I would just draw our attention to Title 70, Section 70, that says that the superintendent shall organize and have control of the administration of the State Department of Education and any other supervisory agencies, divisions, personnel, and their appointment and salaries and other operations necessary to carry out the power, duties, and functions of the state superintendent and the State Board of Education. So if we're going to talk about people doing their job, I think it's pretty clear that state law says that everything that we're talking about today obviously falls within the purview of the state superintendent. But that's just in response to my friend from Clinton. So the Oklahoma Teacher of the Year program, the teacher recruitment efforts, like the signing bonus program that was so successful, it just launched last year. Professional development opportunities, Sooner Start. Those are just some of the many programs that the State Department of Education would be prohibited from promoting should this bill become law. 117 schools being removed from the federal CSI list. A $5.3 million grant to serve the needs of special needs students. The availability of funds for communities that have been affected by recent storms. A tutoring program aimed at helping students over the holiday break. Oklahoma's Purple Star Campus program. Those are all press releases that have been previously sent out by the State Department of Education that would have been prohibited under this bill. So because of the lack of definitions, and there's not a single one in the bill, so because of the lack of definitions and the vagueness found in this bill, it's hard to really gauge the true intent. Is it a concern over the total dollar spent? Well, as has been noted previously, the current communication budget of the Department of Education is a mere fraction of what was spent in previous administrations, and I don't remember any word about that or concern about that. Well, maybe it's to stop the department from using outside contractors. Again, if that was the concern, probably should have put that in the bill. But even if that is the concern, why? Oklahoma has a very robust and well-utilized RFP program. Why do we have it? Because state agencies routinely contract with third-party vendors to take advantage of their expertise and do so in a more cost-effective manner. The idea, I think, that's inherent and is being pushed in this bill, that somehow the government is automatically in a better position to serve the needs of the people of Oklahoma than a private entity, I think would be disputed and would catch quite a lot of Republicans across the state of Oklahoma off guard. And I would be remiss, Mr. Speaker, if I didn't point out that the House of Representatives itself doesn't adhere to the limitations in this bill. My guess is that every member on this floor would join me in admiration and appreciation for the incredible work that our communication staff does every day to help this body more effectively communicate our message. But those press releases are all attributed to an individual member, thus raising the profile of that individual member, and each one of them somewhere contains something that says Representative so-and-so passed this amazing bill, or Representative so-and-so commented on this. So, if it's okay and appropriate for this body to employ a communications team, why wouldn't we give that same opportunity to a state agency? Oh, and by the way, just in some quick back-of-the-napkin math, the House of Representatives communication budget is more than double the current communications budget of the State Department of Education. So, Mr. Speaker, I have had the pleasure and honor of serving on the Common Education Committee every year of my 10 years I've been in the legislature. Because of that, I've had the opportunity to vote on probably more education bills than I would argue just about any other member in this body. And in my time in the Education Committee, I've used a pretty simple decision matrix. Does the bill improve the education of Oklahoma's children? If it does, I vote yes. If it doesn't, well, then I vote no. I don't really care about what party the author is, and I don't really care if I even really like them that much or not. If it helps, I vote yes. And with this bill, Mr. Speaker, the answer is clear. It doesn't do anything to benefit the students of Oklahoma. The author agreed that it doesn't actually change the amount of money the department has to spend on education. We've talked about, the representative from Claremore referenced the letter we got that showed that the superintendent committed to the specific funding priorities contained in this bill. So now all we're left with is a poorly worded, poorly thought out, vague bill that lacks any definition and doesn't help the children of Oklahoma. So, Mr. Speaker, I am simply asking you to use the same decision matrix I do when it comes to education bills. Does it help the students of Oklahoma? And I'm asking you to join me in voting no. Thank you very much, and I yield the rest of my time to the chair.